He grew up in a village with no football pitch, no school, fewer than 200 people. He didn't even have a games console at home. 19 years later, Pau Cubarsi has just completed the greatest defensive performance in World Cup group stage history. 3 games, 3 clean sheets, 0 goals conceded. Passing accuracy of 98%, 99%, and 98% across 3 matches. Those numbers look like a typing error. They're not. Spain didn't concede a single goal in the group stage, and the reason is a 19-year-old center-back from a village that most maps don't even show. This is the story of Pau Cubarsi, and this is why the football world is about to learn his name. Estanyol, a tiny village in the province of Girona, in the northeast corner of Catalonia. Fewer than 200 inhabitants. No football pitch, no school, no shop, nothing. If you drove through it, you wouldn't stop. Pau Cubarsi was born here on January 22, 2007. His parents, Robert and Gloria, raised him and his older sister Irene in a house surrounded by fields. His first language was Catalan. He barely spoke Spanish. Even today, at 19 years old, playing for Barcelona and Spain, he rarely gives interviews because he's not comfortable speaking Spanish on camera. That tells you everything about where he came from and how far he has traveled. Because there was no football pitch in Estanyol, Cubarsi was signed up at the local club in the neighboring village of Villablareix. The coaches at Villablareix noticed something unusual about him, and his declared ambition, even as a child, was to play for Barcelona. In 2018, at the age of 11, Barcelona came calling. La Masia, the most famous football academy on earth, the factory that produced Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, Puyol, and Busquets. An hour and a half from his home in Estanyol, a world away from everything he knew, he joined at the same time as another boy from Barcelona's youth system, a skinny kid with ridiculous speed and impossible close control. His name was Lamine Yamal. They have been teammates ever since. Cubarsi's friend from La Masia, Gilbert Jordana, remembers him vividly. Pau was unbelievable. It was almost impossible to get past him. You needed a 2 versus 1 to take him on. He was very vocal. A leader, he was also more driven than many players that age. Jordana also remembers one thing Cubarsi was terrible at: video games. Because he didn't have a console at home, he could only play when they were at a friend's house or at a tournament hotel. He was the worst. The worst at video games, the best at football. That's Pau Cubarsi. On January 18, 2024, Xavi Hernandez gave Cubarsi his first team debut, a Copa del Rey match against Unionistas de Salamanca. Barcelona won 3-1. Cubarsi was 16 years old. What happened next was not normal, not for a teenager, not for any defender. 2 months later, he started in the Champions League knockout rounds. He became the youngest defender to play in the Champions League knockouts, breaking David Alaba's record. He was named Player of the Match against Napoli at 17 years old. He then became the youngest defender to start in a Champions League quarter-final, another record broken, against teams with players twice his age. Xavi could barely contain himself. He called Cubarsi an era-defining player. He said when the opponent presses, Pau always chooses the best solution. He knows when to pass to the midfield with great precision. He doesn't look 17. Hansi Flick, who took over from Xavi, went further. He said Cubarsi rivals Lamine Yamal in development level. Coming from a manager who coached Bayern Munich and Germany, that is not a throwaway compliment. In May 2024, Barcelona locked him down. A contract until 2029, a buyout clause of 500 million euros, 500 million. For a 17-year-old centre-back, that is what Barcelona think he is worth. But the path was not entirely smooth. In June 2024, Luis de la Fuente named Cubarsi in Spain's preliminary squad for Euro 2024. 29 players. Cubarsi was one of them. He had already made his senior debut, becoming the youngest defender to ever represent Spain, breaking Sergio Ramos's record. And then De La Fuente cut him. Cubarsi was excluded from the final squad. He was 17. He wasn't ready. Not yet. Spain went on to win Euro 2024 without him. They beat Germany, France and England. They became European champions. And Cubarsi watched from home. But he didn't waste the summer. Instead, he was selected for Spain's under-23 team at the Paris Olympics, and he won a gold medal. A 17-year-old who was too young for the Euros came home with an Olympic gold medal. That is Pau Cubarsi. The 2024-25 season was his explosion. 56 appearances for Barcelona. He won the Spanish Super Cup. He won the Copa del Rey. He won La Liga. He scored his first goal for the club, a header in a Copa del Rey semi-final against Atletico Madrid. 3 trophies in one season at 18 years old. The following season, 2025-26, was even better. Another La Liga title, another Spanish Super Cup, 130 appearances for Barcelona before his 20th birthday. The second youngest player in club history to reach 100 appearances, behind only his friend Lamine Yamal. And then the World Cup called. On May 25, 2026, De La Fuente named Cubarsi in Spain's 26-man squad for the FIFA World Cup in North America. The boy who had been cut from Euro 2024 was now one of the first names on the team sheet, and what he did in the group stage will be talked about for years. Spain played Cape Verde in their opening match. World Cup debutants. Cubarsi played every minute. Spain kept a clean sheet, 0-0, but Spain controlled every second of the match. Spain played Saudi Arabia in their second match, 4-0. Cubarsi played every minute, another clean sheet. His passing accuracy was 99%, 99% at a World Cup. That is not supposed to be possible for a 19-year-old center-back. Spain played Uruguay in their third match. 2-time World Cup winners. The real test. Spain won 1-0. Cubarsi played every minute, another clean sheet. In the dying moments, Uruguay's Agustín Canobio launched a dangerous tackle on Cubarsi. Straight red card. But before that, Cubarsi had made a decisive last-gasp block to preserve the clean sheet. 3 matches, 3 clean sheets, every minute played, 315 touches, 16 ball recoveries, passing accuracy of 98, 99, and 98%. No team has ever gone through a World Cup group stage without conceding a goal with a 19-year-old as their starting center-back. Until now. Think about the defenders who have come before him at this age. Sergio Ramos didn't start a World Cup until he was 24. Gerard Piqué didn't start one until he was 23. John Terry was 25 at his first World Cup. Rio Ferdinand was 23. Cubarsi is 19, and he is not just surviving at this level. He is the best defender at the tournament so far. He doesn't defend reactively. He defends proactively. He reads the game 2 passes ahead. He steps forward to intercept passes before they reach the attacker. He positions himself in spaces that force opponents to change their runs. He makes the difficult look routine. And then, when Spain have the ball, he becomes a playmaker. He plays passes through midfield that bypass entire defensive lines. He is not a center-back who can pass. He is a playmaker who happens to defend. That is what La Masia produces. That is what Barcelona's DNA looks like when it runs through a defender. From a village with no football pitch, from a house with no games console, from an 11-year-old who left home to join the greatest academy in football. To this, 130 appearances for Barcelona, 5 trophies, an Olympic gold medal, a €500 million buyout clause, 3 World Cup clean sheets, and a passing accuracy that looks like it was generated by a computer. Pau Cubarsi is 19 years old. He's already one of the best defenders in the world, and he hasn't even started yet. Spain play Austria in the round of 16 in Los Angeles. Cubarsi will be at the center of everything because that is where he has always been. From Villa Blarix to La Masia to the Camp Nou to the World Cup,